Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/AckleyAttackTV to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey folks, I'm officially going to be attending Retro GameCon Spring Edition this year, taking place at the new Elite Gaming Arena at the Atrium Building over at Clinton Square up in Syracuse, New York on Saturday, May 17th from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. I'm going to be there all day and I'm going to be cosplaying as Amber from Genshin Impact. So if you see me there in person, then by all means come on up to me and say hi. Hope to see you there. Hey guys, this is SamAttack4427 here, and welcome to another episode of WTPU, aka What the Pickup? Now, as you may recall, in the last episode of the show, which you can see right down over here, I talked about the Tomy Playrail, the Tomy Playrail version of course, Thomas with Annie and Clarabelle, but made in the style of the original illustrations from the original Railway series books, to which, honestly to me, I think it is absolutely amazing by far. I really think Tomy actually did a really great job with, of course, this one, and certainly another great piece of merchandise that we actually got to correspond with, of course, the 80th anniversary of Thomas the Tank Engine. So yeah, either way, I really love the hell out of course, that item that I actually got, and I think it's definitely well worth the recommendation for sure. So yeah, I think it's of course what I can say of course that front. So yeah, if you want to check that episode out for yourself, then don't worry about a thing. There's a card over there over at the top right corner of the screen, as well as of course the link to it down the description box below. So yeah, whichever you prefer, go right ahead. I'll wait until you come back. Yeah, take all the time you need. I'll be here by the time you come back for sure. Actually, yeah, I'm not lying when I say that was actually a really great item that I actually got. And yeah, kind of makes sense, of course, that front. Now, if only I hope for the 80th anniversary saga that Bachmann Trains is actually working on. That one is definitely going to be as great as this one right here. So yeah. In fact, while we're at it, give it to what I'm actually seeing. Yeah, really quite amazed for the fact that it actually includes this for sure. So yeah. Honestly, I guess it is actually quite nice for sure. So yeah, they actually did a really good job with this small little mini book that came with, of course, this item right down here. So yeah, really quite amazed on how much effort they actually did to push this one out for sure. And yeah, I guess either way, this is actually nice. I'm not gonna lie, and yeah, I think I will admit this small little book that came with it is all in Japanese. But I don't mind that nonetheless. I still think you deliver that quite well. But yeah, I think it's what I can say, of course, that front. Alright, I guess seeing how you did already see the last episode of this show, we might as well go ahead and start up this episode as we normally do. Now I guess if anything, for today's episode, you know, speaking about what I said about pretty much the Bachmann Thomas 80th anniversary trade set that's coming out, and don't worry, I'm still excited for when that will come out pretty soon. Given to, of course, what I've actually mentioned. Yeah, since I did mention Bachmann trains for sure, looks like for today's episode, we're going to be talking about a little something from Bachmann trains themselves. So yeah, and of course we're going to reveal it right about now. So yeah, what I actually got right here is, of course, this lovely pack of course, pretty much some nice Bachmann HO scale easy track for sure, but it's mainly on the 9-inch straight Rerailer track that they actually got right here. So yeah, I managed to get this not too long ago, right before I headed off to work as normal, and yeah. Now that I've actually got this in my hands for sure, I think it makes sense to pretty much devote this episode mainly to this. So yeah, that's of course what we're going to do, so let's jump straight right into it. Alrighty then, well, now that I got the introduction out of the way, we can now get ourselves in to officially talk about this for sure. So yeah. I guess it is no big secret that if you actually have seen plenty of the past episodes for sure, let alone pretty much some videos that I've actually put out in the past for sure, you would definitely know that for all of you newcomers out there, of course, my channel for sure, pretty much, if anything, not just Thomas the Tank Engine, but also model trains in general, is, of course, what really got me started with, of course, my online career as a whole, ever since I first started doing this back in 2008, for sure. So yeah. And luckily enough, even though I've actually devoted my past time to, of course, other interests to really help fuel the channel all the way, I never actually let go of course, my love for pretty much anything revolving around trains for sure. So yeah. And of course, surprisingly enough, ever since 2009, I've actually really stuck with, of course, Bachmann trains for sure when it comes to model trains in general for sure. Especially when I finally got myself into the Thomas and Friends range for sure, to which nowadays is already expanding by far in later years. So yeah. And of course, it's quite obvious that if you have kept up to date with this show, I have talked to death about the good amount of Bachmann Thomas trains I actually got for sure. So yeah, that's of course what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, and for a while I actually pretty much am looking to add some stuff to my Bachmann Thomas collection for sure. There is one thing that I have been pretty much wanting to keep myself up with for some time that I kind of figure pretty much deserves a bit more attention for sure, and that being, of course, making some adjustments and expansions to, of course, my layout as we speak. So yeah. And of course, luckily enough, I did manage to, right around earlier today, by the time I'm recording this episode, I actually took the time to swing by my local hobby shop that's of course close by to where I live for sure, that being of course Laggards, to which yeah, I did mention them before, and of course pretty much an episode that I did some time ago revolving around some of the Bachmann track that I actually got from them for sure, and yeah, and luckily enough, that's where this comes into a play for sure. So yeah, basically, pretty much, I managed to get this over at Leonard's right around earlier today by the time I'm recording this for sure, and I kind of figured, you know what? I think I should probably give this a fair shot and actually buy this for sure. So yeah, either way, I think it's really quite nice for me to get this for sure, and yeah. But I'm pretty sure I don't want to spoil myself, giving you guys a whole backstory for sure. I think it's about time that I finally talk about how pretty much these 9-inch string Rerailers that Bachmann has actually made. So yeah, that's of course what we're going to be talking about here today. So yeah, you kind of get the idea for sure. So yeah, with that being said, let's get right on to talking about this. Alrighty then, well, now that we finally got that out of the way, we can now go ahead and officially talk about this one for sure. So yeah, I guess it is no big surprise that since I've already talked about pretty much some Bachmann Easy Track before on this show, even devoting to, of course, pretty much an entire episode on, of course, some of the track that I actually got for sure. I think it makes sense to finally give this a fair shot to finally see on how it'll go, and yeah, and I guess you might be wondering, seeing how pretty much I got this in my hand, what on earth is, of course, the pretty much the straight Rerailer track that I actually got right here for sure. Well, again, seeing how I did manage to get this over at Leonard's not too long ago, I think it makes sense for me to give you guys a little detail, pretty much some detail, of course, how these straight Rerailers actually function for sure. And what better way to do that than by reading the back of the packaging for sure. So yeah, basically the purpose of these Rerailers for sure that Bachmann has actually created is that this Rerailer is designed to correct derailments that sometimes occur during normal railroad operations. It can also be used to help properly align wheels on the track when assembling a train for operation. So yeah, basically pretty much all this is of course, it actually helps align the trains whenever you want to place them on the track for sure, and also help to correct any derailments that might occur while it actually happens for sure. So yeah. Either way, I guess pretty much of anything, Bachmann Trains really knew what they're doing when it comes to pretty much providing everything for, of course, model railroading for sure. So yeah. And of course, pretty much of anything, I did get those in, of course, HO scale as expected, and yeah, honestly, I think from the looks of it, based on the packaging for sure, it actually looks really quite nice for sure. So yeah, that's the one thing I do love about the nice packaging that Bachmann actually does with their products for sure. Not only actually providing something really good, but also make it very nice and presentable for sure. So yeah. And I guess in this case, I not only got two in this packaging that I actually picked up over at Leonard's, alongside a few pieces of straight track that I got in addition to this for sure. But believe it or not, pretty much of anything, I did get this thing, of course, in one of two varieties that Bachmann has provided for a track when it comes to HO scale for sure. You can either get one of these or any other pieces of tracking, of course, the black road bed with a steel rail, or I guess in this case with what we got here, the version that I got right here is, of course, the gray road bed with nickel silver rail for sure. So yeah. And I guess it's quite obvious that when I actually got pretty much my Bachmann Thomas trains for sure. Most of the train sets that I actually got actually does utilize the black road bed, the black road bed with steel rail track for sure. But luckily enough, the owner of course, Leonard's Hobby Supply, whose name is Ed, by the way, to which, by the way, thanks so much, Ed, actually recommend that I actually switch to, of course, the gray road bed with nickel silver rail because they actually last longer for sure. So yeah, that's actually really good to know, and I'm definitely listening to him for sure. Now, if only I wish they could actually redo all the Bachmann Thomas sets and actually add in the track with a gray road bed with nickel silver rail, with the nickel silver rail that Bachmann always has for sure. That would be awesome. I would definitely spend all of my money on, of course, all those if Bachmann does that for sure. So yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying. Screw replacing Thomas's face, replacing the pretty much the black road bed with steel track with, of course, the gray road bed with nickel silver track. That will be a much better option by far. Take that to heart, all of you Thomas fans out there. Really take that to heart. Especially you, Sordo Productions. Yeah, that's right. And if you think you're laughing at me, given to what I've actually said and calling me a loser all the way, well, let me ask you one thing, Sordo Productions. Can you email me your home address so that way I can drive all the way out to where you live just so that I can punch you in the face? Yeah, really do that to me. Literally email me your home address so I could go and punch you hard and set everything that you own on fire. Wow, I think I seem to have gone dark pretty much just by saying that. I'm so sorry, folks, but you kind of get what I mean for sure. So yeah. And of course, one other thing I should mention regarding these Rerailers that I actually got. These actually do function differently rather than the terminal Rerailer for sure. I mean, yeah, they do kind of look the same from what I can gather. But the only difference from what I've actually seen is that it doesn't require any hookup with any wires whatsoever for sure. So yeah. But I guess pretty much if anything, they just function like regular old track for sure. And despite the differences, I'm actually okay with it for sure. So yeah. Either way, I guess based on my first impressions, I am really digging what I'm actually seeing right here. So, but enough about me yapping anymore. So yeah, let's get this thing opened up and get a closer look at those two. Man, this packaging is very strong, so. Okay. Finally got them out, so. Okay, so now that we finally got these Rerailers out of their packaging, we can now get a closer look at both of those for sure, and my God, they actually do look really, really nice for sure. So yeah, I think pretty much, if anything, I really do dig, of course, what I'm actually seeing right here for sure. And again, pretty much, if anything, again, they do look kind of similar to the terminal Rerailers that is, of course, providing to help supply power for, of course, your Bachmann train set. But yeah, despite the differences, they do look the same from what I can gather, and either way, I think they really do look nice for sure. That's the one thing I really do love when it comes to pretty much what Bachmann Trains has provided. I really do love how creative they can be, and of course, what they have to provide to make model railroading very exciting for sure. And And given to what I've actually seen by far, I think these Rerailers from what I'm actually seeing are actually quite nice for sure. So yeah, having a look at one of them for sure, you can definitely tell that pretty much I think about pretty much 2/4 of course, the track itself is, of course, just regular track from what I've actually seen. But I really do love that right there, smack in the middle for sure. They actually do provide a really nice platform like saying that you normally see in like platforms at like stations for sure, or whenever there's pretty much tracks on the road for sure, whether it be on the street or at railroad crossings for sure. That it really does dig, of course, on how the rails themselves actually blend in to, of course, all those to really function quite well, and you can tell from, of course, pretty much the different triangular like angles that they went on each side for sure. It does provide a really good yeah, I think whether it be of course inside or outside the track for sure, it does provide some unique breathing room for sure to really help pretty much the trains get themselves aligned in this, so that way they can get themselves back on the rails for sure. So yeah, that's of course what I can see on that, and of course the little slots that you can see here, right? Honestly, I think I'm really quite glad they went with the regular ones and make them far different from the terminal Rerailer for sure, because, yeah, despite having the slots in there to hook the wires and stuff, Bachmann knew what they were doing to actually pretty much make them just a regular old track for sure. So yeah, either way, from the looks of it, I think they really did a really good job with, of course, all that for sure. And you might be wondering, do they actually connect well like every other piece of track? Well, short answer, if I can demonstrate, yeah, sometimes this does take pretty much a little practice for sure. So hopefully we might get somewhere. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, short answer, yes it does. So yeah, I guess either way, the track itself actually does hook on quite well for sure. And if I can run my finger to make sure it's properly aligned, yeah, I think it's what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, that's pretty much the main purpose of a Bachmann Easy Track for sure. So if I can pull those apart, so yeah, you can definitely tell that they do function quite well, and of course, like regular old track for sure, and yeah, either way, I think it's something I really do dig all the way, and I think Bachmann did a really nice job, as always, making them look good for sure. So I guess with all that said and done, I think it's what I can say for, of course, those two hands down. Now you might be thinking to yourself, now that I actually got my hand on those two, where am I going to put them in my layout? Actually, I might have an idea, of course, where I might place one of them for sure. What do I mean by this? Well, join me after this nice transition for sure. So yeah, I think it's what I can say, of course, that front. Editor, transition over to the next scene, please. Alright, guys, so, well, here we are, backing, of course, on my Bachmann Thomas layout as expected, and yeah, pretty much as expected, I guess, seeing how we did get two of these, yeah, we pretty much got two of these, as you can see here. We're going to be hooking one of them, and of course, pretty much somewhere around in my layout, to which, thankfully enough, I do already have one idea in mind, of course, where we're going to be putting it for sure. And that being, of course, over by Maithwaite Station, replacing this piece of straight track, as you can see here. So yeah. And you might be wondering to yourself, how on earth pretty much is replacing this with this, gonna help out in a way. Well, I kind of figure pretty much, obviously, I guess seeing how this piece of track I got right here is another one of those Rerailers, as you can see here. I kind of figure this would be the perfect place to actually put it in a station-like setting, and seeing how I do have... and seeing how I do have Maithwaite Station for a long time now, for sure, I kind of figure this would actually be the perfect place for, of course, to adding this for sure. And don't worry about a thing. I'll still make use of the other one from what I can gather. In fact, if anything, pretty much from what I can gather, I'm kind of thinking about maybe placing it somewhere around in Timothy's sheds for sure. Maybe like somewhere around here from what I can gather, so that way later on down the road, I'm kind of thinking of course, getting like pretty much a Bachmann Thomas engine shed that I found on eBay some time ago that could actually reside in this siding right here for sure. Now, it's going to require a lot of moving around and rearranging for sure in order to meet with that requirement for sure. Like, of course, pretty much if anything, if I can zoom out real quick. Yeah, that looks about right. Like I'm kind of thinking maybe about pretty much expanding upon this curve, as you can see here around track 1, and of course, move over the cottage and the cows and tractors and stuff, and yeah, and especially Farmer McCall, as you can see here, so yeah, maybe I think I would pretty much do that in order for it to make it all fit for sure. To which, by the way, I guess for the sake of Farmer McCall, as you can see here, kind of interesting that this can now be pretty much be described, of course, pretty much as one of those large-scale figures that's part of the Thomas range in large scale, alongside, of course, pretty much Sir Topham Hatt, as you can see here, and, of course, pretty much both of my conductor figures, like, of course, the one all the way down there over by my old wooden railway version of Shining Time Station, and, of course, the one over by Maithwaite Station for sure. So yeah, and for those who are wondering, yes, I am excited for, of course, the new Bachmann Thomas figures that are going to be in HO scale for sure. So if I do end up getting those, I will do an episode on those. So yeah, but until then, I want to keep my focus on, of course, pretty much getting this pretty much installed onto this. And oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention, pretty much going back a bit to Timothy's sheds, as you can see here. I guess aside from, of course, adding an engine shed, that was part of the Thomas and Friends range for sure. I'm also kind of thinking of maybe like adding an extra like terminal Rerailer and bumper stuff somewhere around in between as like an additional siding, so that way trains can go in and out if they want to rest somewhere around here for sure, or just having one of the engines pay a visit for sure. So yeah, but we'll definitely know later on down the road. And oh yeah, almost forgot to mention one thing. I guess aside from, of course, getting these two for sure, I did manage to also get pretty much some brand new straight track as well, and of course the gray road bed with nickel silver rail. In addition to that, like of course the one that's over by the terminal Rerailer over on track 2, and of course further down the line. Yeah, I guess right over by the curve, all the way towards out the footbridge, as you can see here. Those are also the two other pieces of Bachmann straight track with the gray road bag as expected. So yeah, just wanted to get that out as a brief little mention for sure. And while I did already talk about the straight tracking, of course, the last time I did it, so I guess it doesn't need any repeating anytime soon. So yeah. But either way, I guess pretty much of anything, we're actually going to take this piece of straight track and replace it with this just to see on how it'll go from there. So yeah, with that being said, time to get my modeling hands out and about, and let's go ahead and get right on to getting this out. So yeah. Alright, and let's see, I'm gonna wiggle this out. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, this piece of straight track, as you can see here, completely gone now. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this installed in and see how it looks from there. So yeah. Okay, just need to rub the rails. Okay, I think we're good. So, alright. Good. Yeah, gonna be a tight squeeze, so let's see if we can get somewhere with it. Okay. Looks like we finally got the string Rerailer installed for sure. And yeah, I guess pretty much from the looks of it, just by zooming out as we speak. Yeah, it actually worked. It actually is hooked on quite nicely for sure. And honestly, I think given to what I'm actually seeing, pretty much with the Rerailer in place for sure. Honestly, given to what I'm actually seeing, I think it actually does help to blend in, of course, everything that goes on within Maithwaite Station for sure. And yeah, I think it's really quite nice. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, I'm really digging, of course, what they actually did for sure. So yeah. Either way, I think it's really quite nice from what I can gather. And yeah, I really do like the nice placement I actually put this in for sure. And I know that's saying a whole lot, because I think pretty much from the looks of it as of now, if we can get a nice view of course, my layout in its current state right about now. So yeah, you can definitely tell the head. I did originally start out with, of course, the pretty much the track with the black rope head with a steel rail, but now it looks like pretty much almost all of track 2 and little bits and pieces of track 1 from what you see right here. It's currently being replaced with, of course, the track that has the gray rope bed with nickel silver rail for sure. And honestly, I think this is actually a nice welcome change from what I can gather. I think I guess pretty much Ed over at Leonard's was not lying when he actually said that pretty much this kind of track, as you can see here, actually do last longer for sure. So yeah, if that being the case, I'm actually listening to Ed for sure. I think it's really gonna help benefit all the way for sure. But we can't actually just end it right there for sure. I kind of figure maybe to really give some life into it for sure. Maybe we should have a couple of trains pretty much go on to, of course, the Rerailer to test it out to see on how it will go. And yeah, that's of course what we're gonna do. So yeah, let's go ahead and pull out a couple of trains to really demonstrate this for sure. To which, yeah, I guess for starters, we're actually gonna start off with, of course, pretty much as you can, yeah, sorry about that, Terrence. So yeah, we're actually gonna be starting off with, of course, the my Bachmann Thomas with a speed activated sound. To which, yeah, I did talk about this pretty much last year, since after getting it from Trainboy54. So yeah, once again, thank you so much, Trainboy54, for sending me this alongside the LBSC Thomas. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this on right now. And yeah, I guess you can see right here, looks like pretty much the Rerailer managed to get the train on quite well for sure. And yeah, again, it does serve the same purpose as the terminal Rerailer for sure, but actually does something a little different to still make it pretty much just a regular old track for sure. So yeah, and of course, we might as well see how it'll go if we pretty much get Thomas running back and forth on the track for sure. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in right now. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, with that being said, let's see how it'll go. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I guess as you can see here, it looks like pretty much Thomas is actually gliding smoothly over the Rerailer for sure, and yeah, pretty much smooth sailing up from there, and yeah, I guess pretty much of anything. Yeah, it looks like the Rerailer actually works quite well for sure. So yeah, I guess we might as well get Thomas out of the way. So yeah, now that we got that taken care of, we can now go ahead and pick out a tender engine to help us out. To which I guess I do have plenty of options, but I guess for this case, we're actually going to try out Busy Bee James for sure. So yeah, again, I did already talk about this in an episode that I did years ago. So yeah, all right, and let's go ahead and get this on. So. All right, yeah, looks like it's pretty much getting on there nice and smoothly. So let's go ahead and get this running and see how it'll go back and forth. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, looks like it's actually working quite well from what I'm actually seeing for sure. So yeah, I guess either way, pretty much it actually does work quite well for sure. Now let's see what happens if we get James's front wheel derailed for sure, and see what will happen if we run James over the Rerailer to see on how it'll go. All right, well, not that bad for sure, but yeah, maybe I guess a little bit more to okay, pretty decent from what I can gather. Could use a little fine tuning here and there, but you kind of get the idea, of course, where it's going for, of course, that front. So yeah, but either way, it actually does work quite well for sure. So. And of course, I know a lot of you guys are gonna be saying, what about some rolling stock? Well, actually, we're gonna try that right now. So of course, we're actually gonna try out Scruffy to see on how it'll go, and I'll just show off the power, and yeah, actually works quite well with, of course, pretty much one of the freight cars for sure. So let's see. And of course, for this case, we're actually going to try pretty much one of the coaches I actually got, which is the Hornby James Express coach, as you can see here. So, okay, yeah. Ooh, might have knocked one of the water towers for sure, bud. Yeah, it looks like it's gliding smoothly from what I'm actually seeing, and yeah, I guess either way, it actually works quite well. So yeah. But yeah, I guess with all that said and done, I guess that's pretty much everything I can say about the Bachmann 9-inch straight Rerailer, as you can see here. So yeah, overall, I'm really impressed with, of course, this Rerailer for sure. I think this, alongside this other one, as you can see here, I do think are really great additions to, of course, pretty much the lineup of Easy Track that Bachmann Trains is actually providing for sure. Yeah, and for a while, it actually does serve the same purpose as the Terminal Rerailer, with only a few major differences from what I've actually seen. I do think it's actually quite nice from what I can gather, and I do think this is actually well worth checking out for sure. So if you got the time and want to get this online, or of course stop by your local hobby shop in order to get one of these, I say this is definitely well worth it for sure. So yeah. And either way, I'm actually really glad that I actually got it, because given to what I'm actually seeing right here, I really do think this entire layout, as you can see here, for what I do like it as it is for sure, I'm not afraid to admit that it does need a nice change from what I can gather. So yeah, hopefully later on down the road for sure, I will actually plan on getting more of the HO tracking, of course, the gray roll bed with nickel silver rail, just to help change up the look of the layout for sure. And for those who are wondering, yeah, I might be looking into getting some new terminal Rerailers, and of course the style of the track that's currently occupying most of my layout for sure. So yeah, but we'll have to wait and see later on down the road. And moreover, I'm still looking forward to some of the new Bachmann Thomas models that are still coming out as we speak. I know Bachmann is already pushing out some of the ones that are currently slated to be released as we speak, and I'm really excited for those. So I can't wait to officially get my hands on those and actually have them be great additions to, of course, my collection, and run them on my layout quite well. So yeah, and of course I am looking to maybe get some additional stuff that'll help correspond with most of the accessories that I actually got, including some extension wires to, of course, for of course all three of the track switches that I actually got, to which, by the way, I actually managed to find a good purpose for, of course, these pretty much switches to yeah, I think these remote switches to control all three of those switches that I actually mentioned. So I do hope to get a few extension wires to really help out on that, so that way I can finally get them going. And moreover, seeing how Bachmann Trains has already got out the narrow gauge engines as well, I'm already looking into getting some N-scale stuff to go along with it. And for those who are wondering, yes, I am also thinking about getting the Bachmann Thomas range in N-scale as well. So yeah, once I actually do get those in my hand, I will let you know. So yeah. But either way, regardless of course, what will come up for, of course, my Bachmann Thomas layout, as you can see here, my guess is that the future will certainly be bright for this, for what I like to see as my own little interpretation of the island of Sodor. So yeah. And I guess on that thought, I think I'll definitely end this episode here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode. And by all means, let me know down in the comments down below on what you thought of course, this episode, where, of course, I covered, well, this. So yeah, but you kind of get the idea, of course, that front. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode. And don't worry, whatever I'll talk about next in the next episode, I will let you guys know later on down the road. So yeah, but until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyAttack TV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is SamAttack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well.
Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427 The Thomas Fan 1 Productions for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.